John felt a ripple of awe sweep through him as Zora approached the platform. He had read about the Vortari's advanced technology and peaceful nature, but seeing it in person was something else entirely. He straightened his posture, readying himself for the ceremonial handshake. As Zora reached the platform, John stepped forward to meet her. The moment was surreal, almost like a dream. The handshake was designed to be a powerful symbol of unity and cooperation. John extended his hand and Zora extended her own, her fingers delicate yet firm. They clasped hands and a faint, pulsating light enveloped them briefly. The crowd watched in hushed admiration as the two leaders completed the exchange. To John, the handshake felt ordinary, but he sensed an undercurrent of significance. The ceremony continued with speeches and promises of future collaboration. Zora's voice, though melodious and soft, carried a weight of sincerity as she spoke of the Vortari's desire for peace and mutual growth. John echoed her sentiments, emphasizing Earth's readiness to embrace this new chapter in its history. As the formalities concluded, John and Zora shared a moment of quiet conversation. They discussed their hopes for the future and the potential benefits of their alliance. John was struck by Zora's intelligence and the depth of her understanding. She spoke with a wisdom that suggested centuries of experience, and John felt a profound respect for her. The crowd began to disperse, but John remained on the platform, reflecting on the significance of what had just occurred. The handshake was not just a formality, it was a bridge between two worlds. The Vortari's arrival was a momentous event, one that promised to reshape humanity's place in the universe. In the days that followed, the diplomatic community buzzed with excitement and speculation. Analysts and experts debated the implications of the handshake, and John found himself at the center of the discussions. He had played a pivotal role in this historic meeting, but he was also aware that the real work was just beginning. As John prepared for the next phase of diplomatic relations with the Vortari, he couldn't shake the feeling that something profound had been set in motion. The handshake with Zora was the start of a new era, and he was eager to see where this journey would lead. Little did he know. The handshake had already set in motion events that would change his life in ways he could never have imagined. John Miller sat at his desk, staring at the documents scattered before him. The grand ceremony with Zora was now a distant memory, yet it lingered in his thoughts. He had hoped for a quiet period of reflection, but his body had other plans. Strange symptoms had begun to plague him. Persistent nausea, sudden cravings, and fatigue that seemed to defy explanation. He attributed these to stress and the long hours he had been working, but they were growing harder to ignore. The days passed in a blur of medical appointments and tests. John visited specialists, but each examination left him with more questions than answers. The doctors were puzzled. Their results showed no clear cause for his symptoms. Frustrated and worried, John tried to push through, but the discomfort only intensified. One afternoon, as he was reviewing yet another set of inconclusive test results, his office door opened. Zora stepped inside, her presence commanding immediate attention. She looked more serious than during their initial meeting, her usual calm replaced by a look of determination. "John, we need to talk," she said, her voice steady but carrying an edge of urgency. John nodded, sensing the gravity of the situation. He gestured for her to sit, but Zora remained standing, her gaze fixed on him. "Is something wrong?" he asked, his concern evident. Zora took a deep breath, gathering her thoughts before speaking. "I have come to inform you of something important. Due to the nature of our handshake, something unexpected has occurred." John's heart skipped a beat. He had heard rumors about alien species having unique biological processes, but he hadn't taken them seriously. "What do you mean?" he asked, his voice trembling slightly. Zora's eyes softened as she continued. "In my species, a handshake can create a significant biological link between individuals. This link is intended to foster unity and cooperation. However, in our case, it has resulted in a unique consequence. You are the father of my child." John's mind raced. He tried to process the words, but they seemed surreal. "Father of your child? But how? We only shook hands." Zora nodded solemnly. "Our handshake triggered a process that has led to my conception of a child with you. It is a rare but documented occurrence in our species. The child is developing as we speak." John's world seemed to tilt. He felt a whirlwind of emotions, shock, confusion, and a burgeoning sense of responsibility. You're telling me that I'm going to be a father to an alien child? Yes, Zora replied. I understand this is a lot to take in. I wanted to be transparent with you because you have a right to know. This situation will require both of us to adapt and work together. John's mind whirled with questions. How would this affect his life? His career? His relationships? He had always been focused on his professional achievements, but now he faced an unprecedented personal challenge. Why didn't you tell me sooner? John asked, trying to keep his voice steady. Zora sighed. I was waiting for confirmation from our medical team. The process takes time, and I wanted to ensure the information was accurate before delivering it. I also needed to understand the implications for both of us. John took a moment to gather his thoughts. Despite his shock, he knew that Zora had been as much a part of this as he had. She was offering him transparency and partnership, which he appreciated. I suppose I need to understand more about how this will work, John said finally. What do I need to do? What's expected of me? Zora's expression softened. We need to learn more about the cultural and biological aspects of this process. I can help guide you through it. Together, we can navigate the challenges and responsibilities that come with this situation. As the conversation drew to a close, John felt a strange mix of fear and resolve. His life had taken a sudden and unexpected turn, but he was determined to face it head-on. The handshake that had symbolized peace and cooperation had now led him to a new role, one that would test his strength and adaptability in ways he had never imagined. John Miller stared at the array of alien artifacts laid out before him, his mind racing to keep up with the whirlwind of new information. The intricacies of Vortari culture and their customs had become a central part of his life since the shocking revelation of his impending fatherhood. The more he learned, the more he realized how different their ways were from his own. The first step in John's new journey involved understanding the Vortari's cultural practices related to pregnancy and family life. Zora had been patient and supportive, guiding him through the many rituals and traditions that defined her species' approach to parenthood. Their first meeting was held in a space that combined elements of both Earth and Vortari design. Soft, ambient lighting illuminated the room, and a display of holographic images offered a glimpse into Vortari customs. Zora's family, with their serene and graceful demeanor, welcomed John and introduced him to their way of life. John was immediately struck by the depth of their traditions. The Vortari had a rich tapestry of rituals designed to honor and support expectant mothers. One such ritual was the Unity Ceremony, a communal event where family and friends gathered to offer blessings and support to the mother and the unborn child. It was an occasion filled with music, dance, and symbolic gifts, all intended to create a nurturing environment for the child's development. Participating in the Unity Ceremony was both fascinating and challenging for John. He observed the Vortari's intricate dance steps and listened to their harmonious chants, feeling both awe and a sense of being an outsider. Zora helped him understand the significance of each element, from the traditional songs to the symbolic gifts, and John did his best to respect and honor these customs. The next major challenge for John was adapting to the Vortari's dietary and health practices. Their food was vibrant and unfamiliar, consisting of nutrient-rich plant and mineral-based dishes designed to support both mother and child. John had to adjust his taste buds and dietary habits, often relying on Zora's guidance to navigate the alien menu. Despite the initial discomfort, he grew to appreciate the unique flavors and the sense of well-being they provided. John also had to acclimate to the Vortari's approach to prenatal care, which involved a blend of advanced technology and holistic practices. Vortari medical procedures were far beyond Earth's technology, utilizing devices that could monitor the child's development with incredible precision. John attended several sessions where he witnessed these technologies in action, marveling at their capabilities while also learning to understand their purpose. Socially, John faced the challenge of integrating into Vortari society, where his presence was both a source of curiosity and skepticism. Some Vortari were eager to welcome him, while others were wary of his role in their traditions. John made an effort to build bridges, attending gatherings, participating in discussions, and showing genuine interest in their culture. His sincere attempts to embrace their ways slowly began to win over skeptics. One particularly poignant moment came when John was invited to share a traditional Vortari meal with Zora's family. The meal was a celebration of the child's impending arrival, and it was filled with heartfelt conversations and shared hopes for the future. John felt a deep sense of connection as he listened to the Vortari express their excitement and concerns, realizing that he was becoming an integral part of their world. Throughout this period, John struggled with his own identity and the changes in his life. Balancing his earthly responsibilities with his new role in Vortari culture was demanding, but he remained committed to making it work. The process of adapting to the Vortari way of life was challenging, but it also opened his eyes to new perspectives and ways of understanding. By the end of this phase, John had not only gained a deeper appreciation for Vortari customs, but had also begun to feel a genuine bond with Zora and her people. He had come to see their culture as a valuable addition to his own life, one that would enrich his experience as a father and partner. The journey was far from over, but John felt more prepared to face the challenges and embrace the opportunities that lay ahead. The days leading up to the birth of John Miller and Zora's child were filled with a mixture of anticipation and nervous excitement. The pregnancy had progressed smoothly, with the Vortari's advanced medical technology ensuring both mother and child were healthy. Yet for John, the upcoming birth was a momentous event that carried the weight of both personal and cultural significance. The Vortari had a unique approach to childbirth, blending their advanced technology with deep cultural rituals. The birthing center was a marvel of futuristic design, equipped with technology that seemed almost magical to John. Soft, ambient lighting bathed the room in a calming glow, and a series of holographic displays provided real-time updates on the baby's status. Zora's family gathered around, their presence a comforting reassurance. They prepared for the birth with a series of traditional rituals designed to ensure a smooth delivery and to celebrate the arrival of the new life. John, though somewhat overwhelmed by the unfamiliar customs, was determined to be supportive and involved. As the time drew near, Zora went into labor. The process began with a serene ceremony known as the welcoming song, where family members sang harmonious melodies that were believed to help ease the mother's pain and guide the child's journey into the world. John stood by Zora's side, holding her hand and offering words of encouragement, despite the language barrier and his own nervousness. The birth itself was an extraordinary experience. The Vortari used a combination of medical technology and natural methods to assist Zora. The process was gentle and precise, with advanced devices monitoring every aspect of the delivery. John watched in awe as the Vortari medical team worked seamlessly, their actions a blend of scientific expertise and compassionate care. When the baby finally arrived, the room was filled with a profound sense of joy and relief. The child was a remarkable blend of human and Vortari features, with soft, glowing skin and delicate, otherworldly features. John was overcome with emotion as he held the child for the first time, feeling a deep connection to this new life that symbolized the merging of two worlds. The Vortari celebrated the birth with a grand ceremony known as the Blessing of the Star. This ritual involved a series of symbolic acts, including the presentation of gifts, the recitation of ancient poems, and the sharing of traditional foods. John participated fully, embracing the Vortari customs and showing his respect for their traditions. During the ceremony, Zora's family expressed their hopes and dreams for the child. They spoke of a future where the child would grow up in a world where Earth and the Vortari could live in harmony. John felt a deep sense of responsibility and pride as he listened to these wishes, knowing that he had a crucial role in shaping this future. The birth of the child marked a turning point for John and Zora. It was not just the arrival of a new family member, but also a symbol of the potential for unity and understanding between their worlds. The child represented a new chapter in their lives, one that would require them to navigate the complexities of blending their cultures while building a future together. As the days passed, John and Zora settled into their new roles as parents. They faced the challenges of raising a hybrid child with determination and love, drawing strength from their shared commitment to each other and their child. The experience of the birth had brought them closer together, and they faced the future with a renewed sense of purpose. The arrival of their child was more than a personal milestone. It was a beacon of hope for a future where different worlds could come together in harmony. John and Zora's journey had only just begun, but they were ready to face the challenges ahead with optimism and unity. guided by the promise of a brighter future for their family and their two worlds. John Miller and Zora's life had changed dramatically since the birth of their child. The arrival of their hybrid baby had not only brought them closer together but also symbolized a new era of cooperation between Earth and the Vortari. As they settled into their roles as parents, they were also embarking on a journey to integrate their cultures and build a future that embraced both worlds. The couple faced numerous challenges as they adjusted to their new life. John continued his diplomatic duties, now more focused on fostering the growing relationship between Earth and the Vortari. His role was pivotal in strengthening the alliance, and he used his experiences as a father to bridge cultural gaps and promote understanding. Zora, meanwhile, balanced her responsibilities as a mother with her role as an ambassador. She worked tirelessly to ensure that the Vortari's interests were represented while also caring for their child. Her efforts were crucial in maintaining the delicate balance between her duties and her new family life. The couple worked together to create a home that honored both Earth and Vortari traditions. They combined elements from each culture, blending earthly comforts with Vortari aesthetics. Their home became a symbol of unity, reflecting the harmonious fusion of their two worlds. Friends and family from both sides visited often, marveling at the seamless integration of cultures and the warm, welcoming atmosphere they had created. John and Zora also made it a priority to educate their child about both cultures. They shared stories, traditions, and values from both Earth and Vortari, hoping to instill in their child an appreciation for their rich heritage. The child grew up surrounded by a blend of earthly and Vortari influences, learning to navigate and appreciate the complexities of both worlds. Their efforts extended beyond their personal lives. John and Zora became advocates for greater interspecies collaboration, using their experiences to promote mutual respect and cooperation. They participated in joint projects and cultural exchanges, working to build bridges between Earth and the Vortari. Their advocacy was instrumental in deepening the relationship between the two civilizations, paving the way for future partnerships and shared advancements. The diplomatic community on Earth and among the Vortari recognized the significance of John and Zora's family. Their story became a powerful symbol of what could be achieved through cooperation and understanding. They were invited to speak at various forums and conferences, sharing their experiences and insights on building a unified future. One of their most significant achievements was the establishment of the Unity Council, a collaborative body composed of representatives from both Earth and the Vortari. The council was dedicated to addressing shared challenges, promoting cultural exchange, and advancing joint initiatives. John and Zora served as co-chairs, guiding the council with their vision of a future where both worlds could thrive together. As the years passed, John and Zora's family became a beacon of hope and inspiration. Their child grew up to be a symbol of the harmonious future that could be achieved when different cultures came together. The family's journey was a testament to the power of love, understanding, and collaboration in overcoming challenges and building a better world. John and Zora continued to face obstacles and navigate the complexities of their unique situation, but they did so with resilience and optimism. Their commitment to each other, their child, and their shared vision for a unified future drove them forward. They had proven that, despite the vast differences between their worlds, a future of harmony and cooperation was not only possible, but also within reach. In the end, John and Zora's story was one of triumph and possibility. They had turned a remarkable challenge into an opportunity for growth and unity, demonstrating that when different worlds come together with open hearts and minds, they could create a future filled with hope and promise.